friends, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be about Aegyosal. I'm going to cover in deep detail on what Aegyosal is and why a lot of Asian makeup has this certain type of makeup on all the time. So what is Aegyosal? Aegyosal directly translates to cute fat. Aegyo means cute, sal means fat. So Aegyosal is like a little bit of bag under your eyes and it creates a cute and youthful look, but there is a huge difference between having an eye bag. You can kind of tell from mine, this one's legit a direct eye bag, that is a lot more lower and kind of gives more of a tired and look exhausted kind of vibe right here, but this one has more of a cute and youthful look. So when I smile, it looks really youthful and young, but this one looks like I'm like tired. And can you guys tell the difference? So I'm gonna show you guys how to turn this one into an Aegyosal. So when you look at those two differences, I'm gonna teach you guys how to do this Aegyosal, how to turn this eye bag into an Aegyosal later on in the video. So just keep watching. There's many benefits when it comes to drawing Aegyosal. It helps create an illusion of shortening the length between the eye and the mouth right here. It's a makeup staple for a lot of Asian makeup, especially for Korean people. Korean people were the one who thought of this and created it, so it's been around for a long time, but a lot of Asian makeups has been inspired to put on Aegyosal into their makeup. Also, the way you apply eyeshadow and the Aegyosal can change the way that your eye shape looks. That can vary on the technique and the appearance of the application, which I'll just explain later in a different video if you guys like on eyeshadow. And here are some pictures of Korean actresses. If you look at the Aegyosal, it's a very light and natural and you can barely tell it is there, and there's a huge difference between K-pop makeup and Korean actress makeup. Let me guys know if you guys want to know more about it. But if you look at the Korean actresses, you can't really tell it's there, but it's very natural. And if you compare it to K-pop idols, you can look closely at their Aegyosal and there's so many different types. So many. Also, it is a lot more creative. The Aegyosal can have lots of detailing through glitter and also sparkles and how full it looks, and also add like sparkles into it, which has a legendary Chungha has put on her stage makeup that creates a little bling on stage. Recently, a lot of K-pop idols have been inspired by the Chinese makeup called Douyin look and changed the way that the Aegyosal has been drawn on for K-pop idols. So there's a lot, they draw a lower lash line, lashes, or they add fake lashes. One interesting thing I would like to mention is that a lot of different types of K-pop agencies have their own unique way of drawing Aegyosal as well. JYP likes to make a deep and super plump Aegyosal on their K-pop idols, and YG likes to make their Aegyosal more natural and smaller to help create a stronger look. Sometimes they don't even draw Aegyosal at all. SM likes to be more like a blur effect, that they would add actually more of the urmuk kind of vibe, or they will blend the eyeshadow from their base shadow to underneath and create a depth look into it and create a deeper and look into their eyes. It's more of like a gradient vibe. Now that we know that what Aegyosal is, and let's start on the tutorial on how to draw Aegyosal. So there's 3 ways we can draw Aegyosal, and I will put these timestamps down here where you can follow the contour, Aegyosal pen, and Aegyosal pencil and lip pencil. There's a different way that a lot of K-pop idol makeup artists do. So they actually sometimes use all 3 of the products to create more of a plumper Aegyosal look into it. So I'm just gonna tell you guys the steps and then you guys can follow it on your own. What they do normally when they are doing this, if you watch my previous video on how to cover acne, I shared that about a K-pop idol makeup artist who does a light layer of foundation first, then goes to their eyebrows and eyes, and then it goes back to the foundation, so that the previous time when they applied the first layer, it will like sit in really well, so it won't really move as much. But this time what they do, they will do that step as well, and then they will draw the Aegyosal in that time and then go back to the skin and doing detailed work. And each detailed work steps that they do, for example, when they are done with the makeup, they'll put another layer of foundation on, and then they'll go back to the Aegyosal, and then they'll go do some concealer and like stuff like that and go back back to the other side to make it more like detailed. And the reason why they do that is because if you add small layer detailed over and over on top of it, it creates more of a natural vibe. But if you put it on top all excessively at once, it has a tendency of looking washed and also unnatural. So including to create that natural egg side, they go back into detail over and over and over again. So you can kind of tell how important egg side is for K-pop idols. So I'm just going to show you guys more of a natural look right now with those 3 different types of steps. So I'm going to use this WakeMake eyeshadow today, #1 Daily Blurring. I'm using this one because this is kind of similar to the Makeup by Mario palette, but it's more of like a Korean makeup. You can tell I like used it a lot. You can get the Makeup Bar Mario one if you like. They're very similar, but I like this one more because it's a more natural contouring look, and I did contour my nose with it and it looks really nice. This is my eyes, right? And I told you guys this one has an eye bag and this one doesn't. I like to just focus on going at least a little bit, like 0.5 centimeters down, and draw one right here. So I'm just gonna focus on one side today, but I'm gonna actually do the side with the eye bag so you guys can see how to do it. So when you go in choosing the shade, you want to choose at least your best contour shade, classic contour shade. And I'm gonna use the angle brush because I felt like maybe that will be a lot more easier to teach with. So when I come closer, if you look at the eye bag right here, I still do have a line right there, but let's pretend that that's not there. To make it look more natural is that we're gonna make sure that we kind of go 0.5 centimeters down. So from here, I'm gonna just draw it on, starting in the middle. So if I go in the middle, it creates more of a natural aegyosal, and it will help create a perfect illusion. If you go in the front already, it can also create like a little bit of dark circle look, so you want to be careful. So just start in the middle, because the middle is where the deepest aegyosal fat is gonna create the shadow. I like to think of art. I'm not an artist. I was never an art major, never learned art, but I have huge interest in it. So what we're practically doing, this is an art lesson from a person who doesn't do art, but if you look here, the most darkest shade is on the bottom, and you can tell that this ball is round because of how it's shadowed. And if you look in the area where it's most eye bagged right here, it's more darker, and that's what we're practically doing in the same thing right here. So the middle part is where it's gonna have the most aegyosal fat, where the plumping vibe is going to come out in. So when we go in the middle like this, and then we're gonna go and get closer with the whatever leftover product we have, and kind of go gradually more closer to the eye. I like to leave a little small gap right here because that will give more of a natural vibe. And depending on how you want to draw your aegyosal today, which I'm gonna just go straight out, but if you go a slightly more up, you can create more of a cat eye, or you're creating a little small curve. And if you can already tell, comparing from both sides, this side looks like it's more plumper and youthful, and you can just keep gradually adding. So now you can still tell there's an eye bag here. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna get your concealer. I'm just gonna use this brush today. And using the concealer, once we do that, you're gonna go with the aegyosal, making sure that underneath that area is going to be covered and concealed, and brighten, pumping it in. And now when I smile, you can't really tell that the eye bag is there. Like, I just have aegyosal now. Isn't that cool? And what you will do with the concealer, using a light shade, this is how Korean celebrities will do the natural aegyosal. So taking this, you're gonna go into the middle of the eye fat. Always start in the middle because that's just how it will create more of a natural look. Starting in the middle and then dragging it more closer to the inner corner and blending that out. There you go. You just created more of a plumper aegyosal. And if you look at the distance between my eye and my mouth, it shortened a lot compared to the other side, didn't it? When you're choosing your aegyosal shimmer, I really recommend to get like a shimmery highlighting type aegyosal shimmer. The reason why, if you apply glitter automatically, it creates more of a unnatural plump, and also it looks overly highlighted. So let me just show you guys how it would look like. This one's my perfect shimmer. It looks kind of dark on my skin, but if I apply it on, it looks very different. So I like to just apply in the middle as always, blend that out, and apply in the inner corner like that. Also, one of the things which I'm gonna share about is that you can take the leftover eyeshadow and apply it in the front like this, and it will actually bring a little bit more of a plumper look, and your inner corner can look a lot more longer and deeper. It also creates a really refreshing look into it, so I highly recommend trying it out if you guys are interested. And this is me with the shimmer and Aegyosal, and look how plump it looks. Now I'm gonna go into the other side and use an Aegyosal pencil. The Aegyosal pencil, they have a natural contour shade already for you. I'm gonna be really honest, it's not really a diverse range. Asian skin are very fair to medium fair, so I would say that like if you're gonna choose this, you should go and look for actually this is actually really interesting, you can also use your eyebrow pencil for this. Taking the Aegyosal pencil, you're gonna go once again in the middle and then bringing it in and bringing it out. It's already created that Aegyosal without much work into it. Taking the concealer once again, I'm gonna start doing the dark circle. Tap, tap, tap. Going into the Aegyosal, like so. Taking this shimmery shade once again, applying. Blend, blend, blend. My inner corner round ball. And also this will actually help shorten the distance between your eyes right here. Now that we put the shimmer, the Aegyosal pencil always comes with a shimmer, and oftentimes the shimmer has a bit of a glitter inside of it, and oftentimes what you want to do is to be careful with those, because if you apply what is already given to you like this, it can look very chalky and blotchy, not in a good way. So what you do with this is that after I put the shimmery shade, you will actually tap it into the area that needs more pump, which is the middle right here and the inner corner, and you can create that natural Aegyosal look right there. And then you can always go back and emphasize it more like that. Can you guys tell the difference from just adding the glitter shimmer? This side looks more plumper than this side. Let me just even it out so you guys can see, like that. It looks a lot more plumper and nicer, doesn't it? Oh, actually, I actually filmed the TikTok video on this, which I will put right here so you guys can watch it. You can get Aegyosal like this in just 1 minute. Okay guys, I'm gonna show you a small little trick that I've been doing like a lot lately, and you're gonna use a lip pencil for this, and this is IOU blending lip pencil number 2. This is a little bit of more of a brownish reddish kind of shade, and this is the perfect shade for doing Aegyosal. So I used to just draw it with a contouring pencil or like a contouring, like, you know, powder, and like just contour my Aegyosal, but this thing does the magic. Let me show you guys. So first I just like make sure that I like break the pencil through. So I'm gonna just draw it in like here, and look how natural that looks. Isn't it so natural? Like, oh my god. There you go. Do you guys see that difference? Life hack. The technique would always be the same of going in the middle portion first, then blending it out as you go to create that natural look. But now I'm gonna show you guys how to do Aegyosal like a lot of K-pop idols. So what a lot of K-pop idols do, I'm just gonna show you guys 2 different types of methods, but if we're gonna make it go up leveling, we're gonna have to make the Aegyosal a lot more deeper. So we'll go back in one more time, gradually building, not excessively. Okay, so we'll be gradually building like that. And one of the trends which I mentioned is the Douyin look, is that they're gonna draw a lower lash line. The lower lash line, interestingly, was something that Marilyn Monroe did to create, like, she had long lashes on the bottom and it looked like a shadow. It was called the fishtail eye look. So that's what we're gonna be drawing, but we're gonna make it natural with the same contour shades that we're gonna use, or whatever point shadow shade you used in your makeup. And I'm gonna just go ahead and use this shade, and I'm gonna go like this and look at my eyes directly. If you look here, the Aegyosal goes down this way, so I'll probably draw my lower lash line like that, the same way that the Aegyosal is going, but on top. Look how different that already looks, and how bigger and wide open my eyes look like that. I'm gonna do the same with the other side. I'm following the way that I drew my Aegyosal already. So once again, coming up close, the Aegyosal goes that way, then I'm gonna go the same that way on top. You can also, and then once I do that, I'm gonna clean it up. You can think of this like the long time ago makeup trend, cut creasing. We're cut creasing. So cut creasing where our carving that lower lash line. Taking a little concealer, I'm gonna clean it up underneath like that. So cleaning it under, it looks, look at that difference with my eyes. Doesn't this one look a lot more bigger than that one? We're gonna draw the fake lower lash line, but also I wanted to share that you can actually emphasize the lower lash line more if you like. This is totally personal preference, and you can go even more of a deeper shade and draw it underneath as well. I like to just focus on the edge right here like that. I will personally say that play around with it and see what distance of how long you draw your lower lash line is going to be your personal favorite way. The reason why is because that for me, I have a bit of a shorter distance and I have a lot of lash hair. So if you look deeper, if I just go a lot shorter, it looks more natural. But if I go a lot longer, it would have looked a lot more unnatural as well. You can also use the deeper shade, once again, going in the middle of the Aegyosal, and it will like deepen it up as well. If we were to do this, this is more JYP style. If you would like to shorten the distance between your eyes, then you could just draw a little bit line right here to shorten it up as well. Do you guys see how it shortened up and it got a lot more closer? Add some shadow here. This is called detailing. You can also add some darker shadow here. I'm gonna use the point brush this time, a bit of a darker shade, and I'm gonna actually add more into the inner corner right here. If you have hooded eyes, this is perfect, and look at that. It opened up the eye a lot more and created more of a rounder curve right here. So it just created more of a natural look. So this is detailing. We're detailing the work here. I barely put on eyeshadow for this look. Okay, so when it comes to drawing the lower lash line, I highly recommend using a liquid pencil. Recently, they've been selling a separate one, and more of a sharper one would be perfect. This one is a little bit too thick for beginners. Try to find something more thinner, but one of the things you're gonna make sure of is that we're not gonna go and apply the lower lash line legit underneath this area because we left it empty. We're gonna draw it where we drew that lower lash line right here. Well, this takes a lot of steady work, so you're just gonna be honest, guys, I'm not that best. I'm not that good at this. You don't have to, but this is what has been popularized lately. If you're not good at drawing it like me, and I'm still in the phase of figuring it out as well, it's not that bad. Okay, there you go. Do you see it? Not bad, right? You can draw, you can add it, or you can just go ahead and get in mascara. This is a thin brown mascara, and I like to just go underneath here in the area not past the lower lash line. So these are two ways you can draw the Aegyosal. And another popular trend that's been going on with Korean makeup is that taking this shade right here, taking a blush shade, taking the edge right here, and then also creating a blurred effect downwards like this has been popular as well. Oh, I'm really not satisfied with this. Finish up your look from here. So I'm gonna just draw. Alright. Thank you so much for watching. Please comment down below. I love commenting back to you guys, and let me know if you guys want to see any more kind of videos you guys like to see, what you guys liked about this video, and I'll always put the products down below in the description box. And please let me know what you guys think, and if you guys like this look or not. Press the like button if you like this video, and please click that subscribe button if you'd like to see more content with me. I hope to see you guys next time. Bye. See ya.